It is General Leia Organa's Saturday evening. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. This evening, let us play with the very latest iteration of very easy meditation. The first of 4 phases of mindful crease counting meditation. Over the span of 12 inhalations, we could advance our right thumb in the following manner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Remembering to always begin with the little finger. If we wish to meditate for a total of 96 inhalations, we'll have to multiply this by 12 using our left hand to count sets. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 12 inhalations each. 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of 12 inhalations each. To keep track of this, our first of 4 collections, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right little finger upon the tip of our left little finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce in the bladder region of our lower abdomen. Come, let us demystify enlightenment. What if enlightenment was simply getting so good at Gautama Buddha's Eightfold Path that we practice it spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively? What if we could, and what if the key to this mastery lay in simple mindfulness and meditation? For doing so could cause the mastery of the remaining 6 folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path to become an inevitability. Let us therefore view mindfulness and meditation through the lens of neuroscience. After approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I've spent about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that you would not have to. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. Please chant with me. The nudity of the octuple couple sporting and tantric union reminds us of the vulnerability so crucial to mindfulness. Sturgeon's law reminds us that 90% of everything sucks. Therefore, we should not be surprised when rigid and controlling individuals implore their meditation students to practice focus and analysis. Now, the only regions of our brain, the only neural pathways in our brain capable of focus and analysis are those found within the medial and dorsolateral regions of our prefrontal cortex. When these is overworked, it triggers our amygdala, the seat of aggression and anxiety. Fortunately, neither the amygdala nor the prefrontal cortex are the entirety of our central nervous system. Consider mindfulness. When we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, we are empowered to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. Specifically, our desires and our dreads. This is all due to the sympathetic nervous system ensconced within the middle third of our spinal cord, accessed during inhalation. The very use of this word, the demonstrative pronoun this, actually induces our cerebral cortex to cooperate with the sympathetic nervous system. Now let us consider meditation. When we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, we are wired to release our resistance to the absence of our objects of desire we might have noticed during our inhalation, as well as release our resistance to the presence of the object of dread that we once again noticed during the previous inhalation. That is made possible by our parasympathetic nervous system divided by the lower third and the upper third of that same spinal cord. So here's the cool thing. Silently and mentally recite that one-syllable verb ease during your exhalation, and you will induce your cerebral cortex to cooperate with the parasympathetic nervous system. This release helps us to viscerally experience literal impermanence, as well as figurative emptiness, for that which we noticed during for the resistance that we experienced during our previous inhalation. When we release it, it could feel as if it was as non-graspable as a vast, empty void. Now, any good English teacher will remind you that a simile is only as useful as it is relatable. So, we must ask, what is a real-world example of a non-graspable vast empty void? How about the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although it could be tantalizing to the eye, is intangible to the hand? And so there you have it, our first of 4 benefits of regularly playing with mindfulness and meditation. So right now, together as a team, let's practice. And if you're going to sit on the floor, I recommend sitting on a folded blanket and twisting your feet so that your ankle bones don't hit the floor, but rather the tops of your feet. This twisting takes place not from the knee, but from the hips. Do not force a position, even the quarter lotus position. Rather, let time and gravity do their work. And remember, the moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, or Buddhist philosophy, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. We come now to the second of 4 phases of mindful crease counting. Over the span of 12 inhalations, we can advance our right thumb in the following manner, beginning with our little finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we wish to increase this to 96 inhalations, we'll have to multiply it by 8 sets, counted on the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 12 inhalations each, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of 12 inhalations each. Now this is to keep track of this, our second phase. What we can do is rest the great knuckle at the base of our right ring finger, upon the tip of our left ring finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce in the navel region of our mid-abdomen. Please chant with me. The translucence of the all-good father and mother depicted in paintings reminds us of meditation's experience of impermanence and non-graspability. What is the essence of mindfulness? When we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, we can vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice objects of desire and objects of dread, such as those afforded to us by perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. The essence of meditation is that as we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, we could find ourselves releasing our inherent resistance to the presence of objects of dread, as well as releasing resistance of absence, or resistance to the absence of objects of desire. What is the second of 4 benefits of mindfulness and meditation? The calming of the tyranny of our amygdala's anxiety and aggression, the power they have over our choices, utterances, and deeds, thus pacifying our tendencies towards cruel intentions, cruel communications, cruel conduct, and commerce, both competitive and cruel. Together as a team, let us meditate right now. We come now to our third of 4 phases of mindful crease counting meditation. Over the span of 12 inhalations, we could advance our right thumb in the following manner, beginning with our little finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can multiply this by 8 for a total of 96 by counting sets on our left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 12 inhalations each. 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of 12 inhalations each. We could keep track of this, our third collection of 96 inhalations, by resting the great knuckle at the base of our right little finger, upon the tip of our left little finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so, we could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce at the heart region of our chest. Please chant with me. The beauty of sky blue kuntu zongpo and cloud white kuntu zongmu yambyun reminds us of the highest love, spontaneous and uncontrived. If mindfulness is nothing more than silently and mentally reciting the demonstrative pronoun this in harmony with our inhalation, allowing us to vulnerably and randomly notice various desires and dreads, as well as our resistance to the absence of our objects of desire, then meditation is simply the silent and mental recitation of the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, wherein we release our resistance to the absence of an object of the desire that we noticed during our previous inhalation. Practice this every 12 hours or so, and it could stimulate our anterior cingulate gyrus, which functions as the hub of our mirror neurons, the seat of empathy, the root of love and compassion. That which fuels kind intention, kind communication, kind conduct, and commerce that is cooperative as well as kind. This is exactly why the late Tulku Thondup insisted that when we use concentration and contemplation, the best we can do is, when we concentrate upon love and contemplate love, the best we can do is contrive an analog of love. But the highest love is the spontaneous, uncontrived, and effortless fringe benefit of simply mindfulness and meditation. Come, let us meditate together right now. We come now to the fourth and final phase of mindful crease counting meditation. Over the span of 12 breaths, we could advance our right thumb in the following manner, beginning with our little finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Multiply that by 8 and you have 96. On our left hand we count sets. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 12 inhalations each. 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of 12 inhalations each for a total of 96. And we could keep track of this, our fourth collection of 96 inhalations, by resting the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger upon the tip of our left index finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce at the crown of our head. If this seems ungainly, allow me to reassure you that repetition is the mother of skill. Come to these live streams every 12 hours or so, and within a week or two, you could master the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Please chant with me. The stability with which Kablu Samanta Bandara sits, and the abandon with which Cloud White Samanta Bandri sports, reminds us of the effortless effort of centered spontaneity. The more we practice mindfulness and meditation, the easier it is for our choices and our utterances and our deeds to flow from the effortless effort of love's centered spontaneity. No, not the scattered spontaneity like that so-called good idea we think we have after our fifth espresso, but the centered spontaneity that comes from playing with mindfulness and meditation every 12 hours or so. The essence of mindfulness is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation, thus causing us to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice the various objects of desire and dread as they cartwheel across our mind, as well as their absence and presence. The essence of meditation is to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation, thus releasing that resistance to the absence of that which we desire, as well as our resistance to the presence of that which we dread. Now remember, the centered spontaneity prevents us from being either a doormat or a neurotic ninny forever in reaction, and instead allows us to flow, to surf the present moment, be it glorious or grotesque. So together as a team, let us meditate right now. Allow me to remind you that during each inhalation, we are already wired to enjoy a dynamic traction between our head and our tush. And that reverses, or it releases during each exhalation. I sincerely hope you found this to be helpful. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 12 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early morning meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.